Hello, everybody. I got Dave with me. We are in my well, we're not. I'm in the second story of my garage where I've been trying to put everything eventually, anyways. And I'm finally here. So, unfinished because I'm still working on it, but whatever. How you doing today, Dave?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a good weekend. How about you?
Not too bad. Just been working on putting up all this OSB and getting all the stuff up here, moving the lasers around. You know, yeah, it's been some long days.
Now, is the plan to finish off the over the installation?
Yeah, I have all the OSB to go all the way up and over around to the top.
Okay.
I just I've had the OSB for probably 3 years, and I've just been lazy and kind of slowly do like a piece here and there. And lately, I've been trying to actually, you know, finish it.
Right on.
So, oh, okay, it
Yeah,
is live. It took a minute for it to reset on my stream. I'm like, oh, is it actually live or not? But we're good to go.
so
I'm
that's
gonna
a
be
good
working.
sized space. So that's basically all going to be like your hobby area.
Yeah, the whole thing. Like I've always had my lasers that are over here. I have one, two, three, four lasers in a computer, but it was kind of in the middle. So it was kind of like a weird thing where it like had dead space and dead space. So I moved everything down. So then I have half of it still over there. And then I have a bench over here that's like probably 7 feet wide. And then there's a bunch of like, I guess I can move the camera. There we go. Over here, there's like a bunch of shelving that was already here when I bought the house. I know it's going to take a minute for you to show, but
Yeah, I'm
um,
watching on my phone, so I can.
yeah. So I'm going to put a bunch of trucks all the way on the top. A lot of that stuff's going away on the top there. Um, and then it's going to be my pack out drawers here for like tools and parts and stuff like that. And
Okay.
then not sure over there yet. So we'll see. Kind of a work in progress. See if I can get it kind of centered there. But yeah, I just so much crap. I didn't realize how much I had packed in the basement.
Well, yeah. I mean, I went through that last year, having to pack it up to move it 1,300 miles north. That was
Yeah.
quite an adventure.
JP, what's going on? Yes, I finally put the mini split in. I've had that for 2 years also. I know you guys can't really see. It's all the way on the other side of the garage. I guess I'll move to the side. But I
JD
bought
is
that.
also in the chat. Sorry, I didn't get to
Oh, I
say
didn't see
hi to
that.
him.
What's going on, JD? Jay Smith and Quinn McLaughlin. All right,
That's
that's
a
two
new name,
people.
right?
Nice. I believe it is a new name, unless I just haven't noticed it because I'm not very good at remembering. And I also just realized I had Top Chat on. So
I'm pretty good
uh,
at remembering, and I don't remember that name. So
I remember the people that are here like all the time, like JD and Jay Smith and
yeah,
JP and like Spuds and stuff like that. But sometimes I didn't remember how much crap I had, let alone a name. Sometimes.
yeah.
So, but yeah, the mini split I bought 2 years ago because a friend put one in his shop, and I got it on eBay for like $600. And yeah, not that bad of a job. The only annoying part was really just doing the vacuum thing. You got to vacuum out the lines. I didn't have the vacuum tool in my friend. I didn't have a vacuum pump for the gauge set, but my friend
Yeah.
had it, so I went and borrowed it from him. I got to go drop that off tomorrow, but still not bad. Quinn says he is new. Okay, so not just me forgetting. So you're right. Well, welcome, Quinn. Hey, Dave, sent you
Oh,
some
right
pics
on,
of
JD. I
110th. Oh,
haven't been on Instagram yet
yeah,
today, so I will.
yeah. He also posted a couple pictures of things looking good. He did that rum runner build,
Nice.
so looking good so far. He's still good. I think he's ordered a body and some other stuff, but it looks great. I'm gonna tell him we're gonna get him into the 110th stuff more. Getting back into the world of SCX24 and modding now that I have a 3D printer. Yeah, I actually brought my second 3D printer up here, but then I never made space for it. I want one up here and then one in the house. Yeah, the 3D printer opens up a whole new world for parts and designing and everything. It's awesome. So
Yes.
definitely fun. But like I think almost any of my, yeah, I think all of my, pretty much every truck has a 3D printed part of some sort. So they just it helps out so much. So what are you working on the 24 today with Deadbolt?
Yeah, yeah, that's the plan. I may try to mess with the front body mount on it. I've been struggling with that, but I think I have a way. But I think the end of last week's chat, I was making some diff sliders, and we were talking because I'd seen people use like drink bottles. So I happen to be a huge fan of Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Hmm.
Pepsi, the choice of a new generation. Um, but as luck would have it, like I don't know how well this will show up, but it really looks like they molded the bottom of the bottle
Oh yeah,
around an SCX 24 diff.
it was like perfect size. Yeah, I remember
Like
that now.
it is spooky because like I mean basically I cut it short, but it goes all the way up to the drag link if you want it
Hmm.
to and wraps around, and then it's wider in the back. I did the front and the rear. Um and then I just
Hmm.
E6000 them on. But yeah, for anybody looking for cheap diff sliders, especially if you're a fan of Pepsi Zero Sugar, um, I don't know if other Pepsi products have it, but
It's
yeah,
the
you can
bottom,
see the
right?
bottom of the
Yeah,
bottle the way it's basically molded around an SCX 24 diff. So
that's
I
perfect.
I, I drank another one today, and I'm gonna probably make some for my AX 24 here.
I'm a right-handed person, and I put all my tools on the left side for some reason. I didn't really think of this. Oh, idiot. Oh, okay. Getting
I
back
mean, I
in.
know we've talked about it before, but I'm a pegboard guy, so
Yeah, well, this is. I don't have any place to put pegboard right now. I have this like tool holder that I 3D printed a few years ago, and it just has all my like MIP drivers and stuff in it, and like hanging off the front of my bench wherever I am.
nice.
And I put it on the left side. I don't know why I did that because I grab stuff here and use it. So yeah, I'll have to move that in a minute. Let's see. Getting back. Welcome. Hi everyone. The new space looks great. Is this going to be the new angle for the video as well? So I'm going to do a mixture. I think I've been wanting to. Okay. At the beginning when I first started doing YouTube stuff, I didn't really want to be on camera, and slowly I've been doing a little bit of it. A couple like vlog type stuff, like you saw, like if you watched my one when I went down to Illuminati scale, and then like my uh, the event that we did, the Hillsborough Fest. I did a little bit of
Oh
my
yeah,
face, not a lot, and I just don't mind it now. So I've been wanting to do this a little bit, maybe for like a little bit of talking head, like talking about stuff, the lives, maybe when I'm explaining something, maybe like intro to videos. But I still want to do mostly like to the side, or you know, like actual, like so that I'm not on display and the thing is on display. So it'll be a mixture. So I just change it up a bit, you know.
you gotta look at top down. I always like
I have a I usually have a top down one too for when I'm doing like small stuff, or like I did an
yeah,
Escape 32 video on how to solder it together and everything. So I had a top down view one. So I got to make a mount, but the thing is, it's 3 feet up. The walls in here, I mean the ceiling. Well, ceiling. It's a triangle. As you can see, this is an attic. You know, it's not a full second story.
right.
Um, it's about 3 feet up to like the, what do they call them? The splitters or whatever. The ones that go across.
I don't know. You
I don't
Yankees
remember.
have funny terms for things too
Whatever the
down here. So
2x8 or 2x10 that goes across, they're like probably 3 feet up there. So I'm gonna make a mount that comes down, and I can do the overhead like I do sometimes.
what's behind the camera? Is that a wall
Oh,
behind
there's a
your
window.
phone?
There's a window. It's a
Oh,
window.
oh
That's
yeah.
that's my well. You can see me in a reflection, but that's the
I mean, you
driveway.
could also do a suction cup mount to do an overhead camera.
Oh yeah, I could do that too. I didn't even think about that. I mean, there's a little bit of a wall above the window too. So we'll see. Right now, down in the basement where I had it, I had a piece of threaded rod coming out of my bench, like straight out, and
Right,
then a um a, a phone mount on that. So it would like wobble sometimes because it was like a foot out.
right.
But yeah, this I don't know, just like a mixture. I'm not going to do only truck stuff like this, but I wanted to do it for lives and stuff because I feel like I'm talking to people. So I'm like, I'd like to talk to people, you know?
Yeah. So the mini split is only for that space that you're in, the upper part of the garage?
Yeah. So the stairs are over there that go downstairs, and I'm eventually going to wall off the stairs to like keep the AC in here because downstairs is actually pretty cool with the concrete floor.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
not that bad. And then if I need to, I could just um, keep this on and maybe blow air down if I want to or something. You know, I have a window downstairs I put an AC in sometimes, but usually in the summer I don't really need it in the garage. I just kind of have the doors open and my big like 36-inch fan going. So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
horrible.
honestly, I mean, my garage, it never even gets to 70 degrees. Like it
Yeah.
actually it's too damp in there. That's why I was talking with JD at the Hillsborough event, just trying to investigate ways to heat and dehumidify it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
because
an AC will dehumidify too, right? Isn't that how it works?
yeah, the
Yeah.
problem is, man, like electricity is so freaking expensive in New York.
Yeah.
Um, Plus I have 300 gallons of propane right outside my
Hmm.
barn. Um,
Well,
So, and I really don't need to air condition. I only need to heat it. So I think I'm just
oh,
going to do a
okay.
propane heater.
Because this mini split has a heat pump too, so I can heat it in the winter also. That's one of the big reasons I
Yeah.
bought that one.
Yeah. My
So
barn's like 30 by 30. It's an insulated metal building. It's
yeah.
4 inches spray foam. So, I mean, it's insulated well, but
Hmm.
it just, honestly, I mean, it'd be nice if it was warm in the winter because it gets down to the 20s inside, which is a little chilly to work. But,
Yeah.
y- you know, um, the humidity year round, like it'll rain in there sometimes,
Yeah. That's up here. It gets humid, bad. So that's why I never really did much up here. I'd come up here to use my lasers, and then I would go right down, and that was
yeah.
it. But that
Oh, JD coming in hot with a center island as a tabletop crawler course. That would be
so
awesome.
the table that I'm on isn't going to stay here. This is just because I already have it up here. This was originally in the middle, right here, so I could walk all the way around it and work on whatever I was working on. So if I was working on laser projects that were bigger, like hold on, oh, I lasered out this with a Lazy Susan because I used to do laser stuff because I thought I was like a crafter. Whoa, it's wobbling around. So like it was nice to walk around this and like glue it all together.
Right.
And and I know you probably can't see it yet, but
No, I can see it
oh,
enough.
you
Yeah.
can. Okay, okay. I didn't know because I don't remember if you have the lag or not, like they do. So like it's nice to work on stuff around. So this was there usually. So this is going to go back to there, and here I want to make a different one. But this I wanted to have as like a part of a crawler course possibly. But then like the end of it, I can like work on something on like the end, like a couple of feet or something. I don't know. I'm back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, I think an indoor crawler course is definitely, even if it's just for micro stuff, it'll just give you something to do in the wintertime.
Well, I do somewhere want to make one eventually. So like the bench I have in the basement, I want to put over there by the stairs where those red chairs are, which I don't know if you guys can even see the red chairs because it's so far away.
Yeah.
But I want to put it down there. But then I'm going to have all this half of the space here, what all these trucks are. So I might make that kind of a crawler course area because you can only walk so far to the wall, you know? So
Right.
it doesn't matter if the course goes all the way to the back. I can just drive to it, you know? I don't know. I'm back and forth.
Yeah. You ought to 3D print some shelf brackets so they go up the angle, but then flatten out, and then you can just put your crawlers there because that's kind of wasted space. So like you
Yeah.
could just
Well,
stack a bunch of trucks.
that was temporary. That's
Well, I'm
I
just
had my
saying, but in
okay.
general, like
Yeah,
like you have those angled walls that really
that's
aren't going to
true.
be useful, but you can put them up like head height or whatever, and you can stack all your cars and trucks
That is
along
true
there.
because if I do like a figure out the angle of these walls and just put them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's a
That's
good
what I'm gonna do
idea.
for my daughter's room because her room is basically it's the top floor of the house, so it's like shaped, kind of like that in a way.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's I'm gonna do some shelf brackets.
Yeah.
Sputter, yeah, I actually have no attic in my house. But the nice thing is I have a basement that's the size of the house, so like each
Yeah.
floor is like 1,300 square feet or so. So I have
Hmm.
like a 12 or 1,300 square foot basement that's no attic, but the basement makes up for it.
Oh, I just lost a washer, but I'll guess I have to find another one. Yeah, you can say you got a good amount of space in the basement at least. I didn't have much space, so that's why I was trying to get out of there,
Yeah,
much as I
yeah.
could.
and it's a walkout basement too. So
Oh, that's
you know,
nice.
it's yeah,
I have
it's
this one
very.
window I can look at that's dark right now, but well, now it's daytime. Let's see, Craig in the attic. Yep, sounds like it should be a TV show. Craig in the attic. Yeah, I guess maybe I can do an episode called Craig in the attic.
Nobody puts Craig in the attic.
Yeah, but yeah, I think this is gonna be nice. It's already nice, honestly, because I can walk around and not bump my head. So in my basement, right behind my head, like here, was a vent. It was like the whole house vent because we have forced hot air. So I hit
Okay.
my head on it all the time. Quite frustrating. So
Yeah.
oh, I'm already pretty stoked about this. Plus the AC. Do a center island. Oh yeah, we already read that one. Okay. I wish I could walk around my attic. I can barely stand up in the peak. Yeah, that's what you guys were just talking about. Yes. Yeah,
But
that's kind of like
Sputter's
the
out
basement
west,
was.
right?
Sweater's Washington, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they have basements in Washington? I don't know. Sputter, you have to.
I'm not sure. I know you people down in Florida don't really have basements, right?
It's not. Don't really like. I mean,
Not like here.
I've never been in a basement in Florida. I hear they a couple exist, but yeah, it's.
Oh.
I was just telling
Remember,
somebody the other day, like, you're lucky you can dig 2 shovels down without like it starting to backfill with water.
mhm,
So basements aren't really a thing down there.
gotcha. Yeah, my basement gets pretty moist. I have a dehumidifier down there, and I have to empty it at least once a day. And it's like a 2 gallon or 3 gallon um, bucket thing, that holds.
Yeah,
So
I have a dehumidifier running in my basement, and in the summer it keeps it 50, maybe 60 if it's rainy,
mhm,
percent humidity. And then in the winter, it stays about 40 or so because all the humidity's in big piles outside. Um, but I was kind of thinking about putting some like window fans in the basement just to kind of like exhaust fans, just to kind of move air and
yeah.
pull some humidity. I mean, it's not damp in here. It's just.
No, mine is like damp. Like I have so it's damp enough where around my um yeah, my water tank and stuff, it's like pretty moist from just the condensation from the pipes alone sometimes. Plus it's
Yeah.
just like in the basement, and it's just not a lot of airflow, so it gets pretty damp. That's why the dehumidifier is staying in there no matter what, anyways, even if I'm not there. So JD says I have no windows in my shop, and I feel like I lose time when I'm in there for a long period. I did that in the basement. I would go do something after work, and next thing I know, like the kids are coming home or like the wife's coming home or something, and I'm like, holy crap, how long have I been down here? They do have, okay, so Spud says they do have a lot of basements as long as the drainage is good. Okay. Aslani says, my house in Northern California has a basement, very rare for around here. My barn where I do my vids is 3 stories tall, and built in the 20s. House built in 29. Oh wow. JP says my upstairs hobby space has become a giant junk drawer for the house, and I end up building in the dining room table or the floor up there. Yeah, well, that's what my basement was like. Like where I was like all my stuff, and then I had a rack like right here with all my 1/10 trucks mostly, and then the rest of them were on the floor. But then the rest of it was like our basement. So it's like totes and random stuff. So it was just getting so full and cluttered. It was just frustrating.
Yeah, and that's kind of how my hobby room was in Florida. It was just packed to the gills with stuff, and I had one little like metal desk to work on, and sometimes like I would bring stuff out to the dining room table and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when we
Sometimes
moved up here, I vowed to
to not
do
do that.
things like that. Yeah.
All right. I gotta take the transmission out to make that easier. I'm trying to like fight it. So, how is Jolly Green doing? Got the chassis rails any straighter? I have not gotten the chassis rails any straighter. They're still crooked as hell, but it's together and it works. So it's running. But I had a Fusion Pro in it, and I want to use this on a trail truck probably, whereas this doesn't trail, because there's so much. I can't remember. I have it overdriven in the front, then underdriven all the way in the rear, plus the stock underdrive here, so it's like 3 sets of gear ratios. So gear trailing it kind of is not a thing. I figured I'd throw an outrunner in it that I have sitting around. So, yeah. So I figured I'd just do that. And it, like I said, it still runs for now. I'll just mess with it eventually. I keep saying that, but I never do. Knowing the
So what were you
station
saying?
in versus seeing it all up there is mind blowing. What was that? Sorry.
That's great. So you were saying you have 3 sets of gears in there?
Yeah. So it's a Stealth X. So it already had stock ratio and then underdrive, like
Oh, right.
12% or whatever. I can't remember. Whatever the second one up is, not the most. I think it's been a while. I'll have to go back and watch my video apparently. But I put overdrive gears in the front. I bought a TRX4 underdrive overdrive kit. So I put the overdrive in the front and the underdrive in the rear. So it's like 3 different ratios.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Instead of these being both the same ratios with it being underdriven compared to the front, I put another underdrive into the rear. So it's like gradual. And so far it seems to work fine. And a bunch of other people do it too. So I think I got it from actually Crawler Canyon. Like he had talked about doing it in his. I'm stubborn. I really don't want to take this transmission out if I don't have to. So let's see if I can get this to go. Oh, I got one bolt in. Oh. There we go. Yeah, like I said, it's been working okay. The Klingons have been working pretty good. I don't really need to change anything. That's the thing. I'm only doing this just to use an outrunner because I don't need it in something else. So, yeah. Can I get to that? Nice.
So some of my friends over here are posting up their pics and videos from ledge stock.
Yeah, I was bummed I didn't go because I saw a bunch of pictures and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, we'll better prepare next year.
Next year maybe. Yeah, JD was over yesterday picking up something. Oh, we swapped. We traded some stuff. And he came up here and checked it out and he was like, that's a difference compared to the basement.
Yeah.
Just finished my Endure tires shootout today. Oh yeah? I only have the Mavericks and the Klingons, I think, from Endura. At least on 1/10 trucks. These ones do
Who did the
okay. Spud
Who did the
did.
shootout? Oh,
Spudder.
okay. Is that a YouTube thing that he does, or
Yeah, he
like
does some YouTube. Yep.
I'll have to like, subscribe, and ring the bell?
Yeah, let me see if I can. I have so much stuff in my way now, but we're gonna find it and we're gonna post a link here. Oop. Oh, I messed that up. I spelled that completely wrong. That wasn't even. Yeah. Let's try that again, idiot. He also has Instagram and stuff too. Why can't I find it here? I really need to get my like screens set up differently because I have one over here and one way over here, and this one's a curved, so I can barely see it. So I got to angle it. I put them up and I'm like, oh, this is perfect, and it's not.
Well, thankfully, I mean, you're not like hard mounted yet, so.
Oh no, they're screwed into the wall.
Well, just OSB though, right?
Yeah, it's just OSB. I can definitely change it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about doing the ceiling in my barn just to kind of help hold the heat in, and I was just going to do OSB. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not now because I have a mezzanine up there, and I mean it's not like it's overly tall, but
Spud, isn't your YouTube Sputter Crawler? I don't remember the name now. I see it pop up and I watch it, but I don't remember the name. The intro is like, my favorite potato, your favorite potato. Why can't I find it? Again, with the memory thing not doing well.
Yeah.
Oh, loaded crawlers. Okay. Oh my god. I knew it was something to do with potato just because you know the name. Oh, the handle is. I thought so. The handle is sputter crawler. There we go. Loaded crawlers is the name. There we go. I was half right. There we go. Okay, cool. Progressive underdrive. My buddy did that on his Brazen 6x6 using the EXO transmission that had dual outputs. Yeah, I can say it seems to work fine for me. Haven't had any issues or anything. The only majority I don't have is XHX pins. I don't have any pins from them. I have Chaos's, like Chris's truck here with the pins, and they seem to do okay. I put 3D printed inserts in them, and they definitely seem better. Mavericks were not on top. That does not surprise me at all. The Mavericks were horrible for me. They are on my wife's Land Rover, and they do great as a trail truck tire. So, something else fell. Who knows what? But yeah, Mavericks look good. I think I really wanted the Mavericks to work because I like how they look. Because they're like almost like an actual looking tire. But sadly, did not happen. Can I put this? I'd love to put this.
Yeah, I'm somewhat giving up on the dream of like scale micro crawl or SCX 24s anyway.
Yeah. Well, why can't what am I? There we go. The Mavericks actually work really well on my 30, but they don't on my 1/10.
I really need another phone to be able to like record and look up all the stuff you guys are talking about.
What is going on? Why can't I? I can't put this how I want it, I think. It's just not going to line up right. Ooh, nope, if I do it that way, possibly. Try and get the wires to go up, but they're just not going to cooperate. I don't think. Sam, I thought they would work well due to the height, but yeah, I think it just depends on like people's like rocks or something. Like, I mean, it always does, but like it's just some people absolutely love them. But they just didn't work for me. But they look great on the Land Rover. Nice and wide. They look like a tire. I did 4 miles with it the other day. My wife and I are getting back on our walks that we used to do a lot. There we go. So I took that out so we can get some drive time. I'm running a set of 63mm Mavericks on my 124th buggy, and they work pretty well on my rocks up here in Canada. Yeah, I mean, I have it on my 30, and they do okay. I mean, these are kind of dusty right now, but I don't know. And I don't really want to like cut a bunch of pins out of them because that kind of defeats the purpose of the look for me because of how much I like the look of them.
Let me add both the resume and the cover letter for this opening for the cover letter. Because I uploaded the there's no separate.
I'll be right back, Frank.
That's fine. Oh, that's not. There we go. I forgot how picky this was. I'll be changing jobs again soon. It should allow me to trail more in the evenings after. Nice. We go when the kids go to bed a lot of times. So try to put the kids to bed around 7. They're not like sleeping, but like they're just like in bed, and then have the older ones kind of, you know, because the older kids there are still living at the house. So we'll get them to bed, and then we'll go and take a walk in the middle of town or go to the next town over or something. Mostly just roads. Like it's not like we're going down trails. Needs to be a little tighter. Oh, I'm caught on something. Am I off by a bolt hole? Just need to go a little closer. Yes, that would be much better. Okay, I was just off by the. There's like 8 sets of bolt holes in this one for the motor mounts. Oh, much better there. I'm already almost there. Perfect. Your job should also be able to afford a Jolly Green chassis. Nice. I was thinking about just trying to reach out to buy rails only, but I think I might just design my own eventually. I keep saying that, but I just haven't had time to. I keep doing other projects.
You haven't
So-
made time.
Listen, I don't need your negativity.
No, it's not negativity. It's just, you just got to prioritize it. But you know what? That'll be a great winter project.
It probably will be. Yeah. There we go. I think I finally got it where I can make this work. Oh, much better. Okay. Is it though? Is the outrunner missing? I believe so. We'll check. Yeah, it probably would be a good winter project, actually. Yeah. Oh yeah, nice and smooth. A little bit more would be nice. Been thinking the same of doing my own 6x6 chassis. Yeah, I just I bent these ones so much, and just wanted to do something. I've been wanting to make a chassis of some sort, anyways. So I figured I might try it on this since they're bent already. I can't lose, really.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Everybody always says, "Oh, this chassis works better, and this is the V5 and everything." It's like, I don't know, man. They all kind of look the same to me.
Yeah, JD says, I don't know what my winter project is going to be now that I'm almost done with my quote-unquote winter project. So he was talking about it for the longest time that, oh, I'm going to do a winter project. I'm going to make a 1/10 truck, like not a cheater truck, but something more flat-railed, this and that. I was like, oh, okay, that sounds like a good idea. Next thing I know, he's like, so I'm going to sell an SCX-24 or two, and I might fund it that way. And I was like, this is escalating. The next thing I know, he sold enough trucks and stuff that he built his own truck already. So, no more winter project there.
No.
All right, that is good. And it's just barely not rubbing. So that's good. Good. Put this cover on now. Listen, JD, if you sell a couple more trucks, you can build another 1/10 or so.
A leaf sprung truck.
There you go. Do a scale truck. Yeah, I still got to do my LC70. I think I collected enough parts to maybe start it soon. We'll see.
Or he needs to build like a scale version of his Forerunner. That's what he needs to build. Right? It was a Forerunner you had, right, JD?
Oh, the one he used to have? He used to have a Tacoma, I think. A few of them. Maybe he had a Forerunner too, but I think he was a big Tacoma guy. What kind of changes would I make over the original Jolly Green chassis? I'm not 100% sure. I know he built his proprietary to the parts that he had on hand. So the parts that you pick for it are pretty, like, this is what you got to put in it almost-ish. Not really, but like the body. I forgot the name of the body. Begins with an A, doesn't it? Does anyone remember the name of this thing? I forgot.
Anvil.
Anvil. So I knew it was an A. The anvil's like the only one that really fits nicely, like perfectly well. And like these sliders are shaped 100% to like this body. And I tried putting like the Ranger J Concepts cab on and a couple other ones, and they just didn't really work right. So I'd like to make it a little more universal. Probably do 4-link instead of chassis mounted servo. I mean, that's because he did TRX-6 axles, so he just didn't want to swap it to 4-link at the time. Stuff like that. Just a couple changes. Nothing crazy big, just like my own design, so it's not copying, but like make it. I don't know. Just want to make it just around with it, just something to do, I guess. Like a winter project, I guess at this point. Yeah, because that's why when I'll get to it eventually.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, the chassis rails were not inexpensive.
They were not inexpensive at all.
So if they were your design and you just had them cut, you could
yeah,
save
exactly.
quite a
Save
bit
a
of
lot
money.
of money. Yeah. Because these, yeah, they were like 200 something bucks or something. Come on, trying to. There we go. Phase it up. Nope, I'm off.
Yeah,
Off by
JD, a
just one.
24th is cool, but a 10 scale, dude, would be rad because it'd be a hard body build. You know, you could do some nice scale axles. What did I see the other day? Like Timu or AliExpress, you can get like versions of like the Rock Jocks, I think it was.
The what?
The Rock Jocks, like the I forget who makes them, SSD or whatever, but they're like a replica of like the beefy, like fabricated 9 inches like JD ran. Um
Yeah, on 1/10 scale too, you can actually trail it instead of like the 1/24th where you just kind of take it with you and use it somewhere and that's it. You know.
yeah, and then you could like, you know, put a replica of like your cooler and toolbox or whatever in the bed, and you
Mhm.
know, like I don't know, it's just you could replicate it in scale, you know,
Yeah.
which is
Oh crap! I forgot. I had. Was this the one? Why did I do that? I tilted the transmission at one point. I have space. I had spacers under here for some reason, and now I only have one of them anyways. I remember doing it now, and I don't remember why I did it. Why did I do that? Why did I do that?
so random. What I thought cool
Oh,
story today.
just a quick remember. I remember why I did it. It's because I put an Elite in it, and it has a cutout for an Outrunner, so I had to go to up and over the cutout. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. So today we took my daughter and her friend up to a week-long camp out in the Adirondacks, way up past Lake Placid, middle of nowhere, God's country, literally like amazing country.
Yeah.
So we're coming back, and the problem with God's country is they don't believe in like cell phone service and gas stations.
Oh no. They barely believe
So
that around here.
there was one gas station that we passed. We were probably 30 miles off the Northway, the interstate, and actually probably more than that. And there was one gas station that we passed, and it was a Stewart's. Anybody familiar with New York knows
Nope.
and loves Stewart's. So we stop in there to gas up and get snacks, whatever, on the way out. And there was a guy with a Porsche there using their free air. It was a 911. It was red. It was a Carrera S. It had a little ducktail speed, the engine deck lid on it, the little ducktail version, like the early 70s cars. And it had what they call the lobster claw tires, which are like the 18-inch Porsche. It's like a 5-spoke, but the end of the spokes looks kind of like a lobster claw.
Huh.
Pretty distinct car.
Yeah.
And I walk by on my way to the bathroom, and I give him a little nod, and I'm on my way. Probably 150 miles later, in a different middle of nowhere, New York, a mile from my house, we pull off to Dollar General to get some eggs, whatever. Pull back on the road. That same car passes me. Now, I know it's the same one because, I mean, all the details match. Like, I'd never seen the ducktail on a newer Carrera S, the lobster claws. Like, it was that car.
Yeah.
But, like, no way, like, there is no way you could connect a straight line between where we were going unless you were going between that camp or that area. I mean, out there in the Adirondacks, it's basically a lot of hiking trails and kayaking and, it's outdoor paradise.
Yeah.
But like, and we're in like dairy farm country, here, the base of the Adirondacks. But like, we're 45 minutes off the Northway, the interstate. So like, he was definitely going a specific direction that just took him by my house. It was really kind of crazy and bizarre.
Or he looked you up and he's a creeper.
I mean, he could have saw the nod and been like, this dude totally wants to bang.
Exactly. Like, this dude, I have to follow. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Either he assumed I didn't like his car, or he was like, oh, the car could be the gateway into, you know, hot man sex.
You never know. Okay. So I do need those spacers because once I tightened everything down, it rubs on the outrunner. And now I'm remembering it's because I put a different skid in because I got a bolt stuck in my skid. So yes, I need to put that spacer in. Not to cut you off, but that's why I look confused and why I was looking at the floor and I can't find the spacer, and luckily I have more. So
JP says check your car for air tags.
yeah. You might want to check. No, I have some stalkerish tendencies.
My wife and I are firmly in the iPhone sphere, so if there was an iTag, we would have known. Steve Jobs owns our life.
This motor came with soldered ends, but no connectors. Oop. Okay. So I'm doing this possibly for nothing because I don't know if I have the, I don't know if I have the plugs for these. We'll see. We'll see. I guess. I have to solder them together. Oh yeah, totally wants to bang. Yeah, JD says you're screwed pretty much. Spud, Dave, you don't really have a channel, right? Like you have a channel, but you don't do much really. I think.
Yeah, as much as I would love to, man, I'm pretty lazy.
Yeah.
And credit to Craig, like it is a job. It's a part-time job.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous, and you get paid
And
nothing.
you gotta stick with it, to grow, to make it worth your while.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have that stick with it. I stick with scale hobbies, but like, I build plastic car models. I'm getting into flying. Like I was telling Craig, I was at a fly-in yesterday. So I mean, all my hobbies are, scale, but
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of channel wouldn't really thrive either. Like you got to kind of
Mixing it up, it seems to do pretty good. It seems like if you don't mix it up, sometimes. Well, it depends on if you have a specialty, but mixing it up kind of helps, I think, because you draw a different attention from different people and this and that.
Yeah, you would think so, but I think the problem is like people that fly wouldn't really care about RC crawlers and vice versa, and
True. But I feel like
you know,
you're not much. I know that you do like the flying, but I feel like you don't do it as much as you do other stuff.
no, definitely not.
So like if it's one thing and then a little bit of another thing, it's like,
Yeah. Ultimately, I just really don't have the drive to stick with it week in and week out.
Yeah. I get it. It's I mean, it takes a lot of work, and that's why I went from 2 videos a week to like 1 video a week because I just didn't have the time a lot of time. Like I felt like I was like rushing to get something done a lot of times, and it was just kind of messing with me, if that makes sense. Like I always felt like I was rushed all the time and trying to get into the basement to do this stuff and trying to get here, trying to get there, trying to get there. Whereas
Yeah,
now
I mean,
I'm
it
doing a
should be
lot more
fun.
stuff. Yeah, I'm doing a lot more stuff. Like I feel like I was ignoring the house stuff a lot more because I was trying so hard to make something work. So
Yeah.
I feel a lot better about it. I'm not, going crazy trying to do a video. Like right now, at least I've been able to get like a month out of videos or 3 weeks out or something like that. Whereas before I was like barely getting one out in time. JP says it took my new quote unquote Zeal out today. It survived the day without too much damage. JP and I traded the Zool that was on my daughter's. Well, my daughter's Zool, she didn't like the body, and I wasn't really a fan of the color. and he was like, "I'll take it. I'll trade you something." And we traded. He traded me an ESC for it, which I think is in the. I think it's in my workbench. I don't remember. Pretty sure. Pretty sure I left it in the workbench. I don't remember. It's I got it. It came in like Thursday or something, or no, it came in like Tuesday, but I haven't been able to do anything. I feel like CK is going to put down a DJ set, the camera angle set. You know, I kind of thought the same thing. I think it's a little weird. I think because it does look like I'm like, I feel like it looks like I'm on a stage or something, and it almost looks like it's like green screen. But I think it's the lighting, and that I have installation that's like not evenly lit. I only have 2 lights up here, and then I have a light over here just to kind of light me up a little because it was like dark. There was nothing here. It was just a black window, so. It is a little odd, but we're working with it. Spud says, Dave, that's totally understandable. It's been tough keeping going, but I read that wrong. I read nudes instead of nudges of, hey, I'm reaching out to people and getting likes. Yeah. If you get, I'm trying to think of how to say it. Like if you get interaction, it definitely helps too. Cause like people like, it's like a confirmation, I guess, you know. So definitely when you get the likes and people reaching out and talking about it, it helps.
Helps mentally or helps like the algorithm?
It helps mentally, I think. It helps the algorithm too, but like if you do something and like people don't end up liking it or watching it or this and that, you're like, oh, well maybe I suck, you know.
Right. Or that, or like, why am I doing 3 hours of, filming and editing for 10 views?
Yeah, exactly.
And some guy to tell me he wants to bang my mom.
Yeah. Dylan says, speaking of ESCs, thought more about what you want to do with the monster ESCs you were sent. I actually kind of forgot that I got them. They're down here.
Oh man, I was going to be like, oh yeah, that's a great
idea,
crunch.
whatever I was going to say. I think I'm going to do. I think. Well, okay. I'm definitely not going to do the speed run thing. I was like, maybe I'll do the 2 ESCs, 2 motor speed run. I don't have any vehicles that are big enough to put that in it. I was looking at the cars I have. Nothing's big enough to put 2 motors and 2 ESCs, big batteries, all that crap. And I don't have the money to buy anything to do that. So I think I'm going to convert a T-Max or my Duratrax, like, what's it called? Savage clone to electric. And maybe do both of them. I'm not sure. Because I got those trucks from a friend, and I could keep one and give one to him, give one back. So maybe I'll do it like that. Like I'll do both of those with an electric swap, you know? Because the motors are cheap. It's the ESCs that are expensive. Be back in a few. Family just got home. Okay, JD, we'll be here. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do with that. But I've been trying to do this stuff, so I haven't really had time to mess with it. Yeah, Spud says both mentally and algorithm. Yeah, it definitely helps the algorithm. The more likes you get, the more views and stuff like that. It just definitely kind of, you get like a little bit of a high in the algorithm. Like it's like, oh, this guy might be interesting. Then it kind of promotes some other stuff, it seems.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, YouTube doesn't care ultimately whether you put out good content or I like your content. They care about views.
Yeah.
They care about traffic.
Mm-hmm. He said that he had a short hit 30,000. I was like, what the fuck happened? Yeah. It's crazy when you have like one all of a sudden go crazy. Like last year, I was only like a month or 2 into it, and I had a short, and it was kind of a basic short. It wasn't anything crazy. It was the Arctos doing a little, kind of nice line, and it got like 80,000 views, and I was like, what? Why? It wasn't anything interesting, and I haven't had anything get that many views since. It was just like a random one-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said it gave him a boost. Yeah, you probably saw some more views and you saw some more subscribers and stuff, probably, right? Because that's what I did on that one. I kept seeing like more subscribers from it, and I was like, that's cool. And I kind of kept trying to chase that high of like a short, but I don't do anything viral really. So I don't know. I don't know when it classifies as viral or not. Like I don't really know I don't know how it works. I don't know if it compares to, if you say compared to what you do or compared to like other people. On Facebook, I had a short or reel or whatever they call it, hit like 3.3 million views. And I was like, holy crap. That was crazy. And it wasn't, it was kind of a crazy like climb, but nothing like ridiculous. And that was the one that everyone was saying was AI and stuff. That was the one
And
that you
the
commented
real
on too, I
Jeep
think.
guy was talking
Yeah,
trash.
yeah, the Jeep guy. I'll show you the Rubicon. Whatever he said.
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
Oh, Bushcraft's here. I didn't even see. What's going on, Bushcraft? It's because of the not a cult. I forgot what I said to make that. The SCX-24 has definitely helped because there's a lot of people that subscribe because of those mini trucks, it looks like. Because when I put a video out for those, I get more. Definitely get more views, it seems. Sometimes I think it's the music chosen. I don't put music on them anymore. I used to put music on every single reel and every single short to get rid of like the truck noise or like the background noise. But people a lot of times were complaining about the music. But if I don't have any music, no one complains about the audio. Even if it's like even if it's like breezy or windy. Like no one even talks about that. They just didn't like the music a lot of times. So I was like, well, I just want to add music. Then I don't have to worry about copyright stuff and getting the right kind of audio, you know?
Right?
Works out good that way. I don't have to, one less thing you got to do to put out a short. So, all right, I got to find if I have the right connectors for this. I have some somewhere, but everything has been moved in the last day now. Like nothing is in its spot. It's kind of annoying. But we'll figure it out. Because somewhere here I bought, I forgot what those connectors are called. Does anyone remember? Bullet connectors or whatever?
Yeah, bullets.
Is that what like the barrel, maybe? I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, they're bullets.
They are bullets? Okay. Hey, what's going on, Rob? Yeah, I'm in the garage upstairs. This is like the new shop for like where I'm going to do everything. So I've been kind of wanting to do stuff like this and figured I'd try it out on the live. I'll try some without music. Yeah, I would just to try. I mean, it's not. I like the music on it myself a lot of times, but I don't know. And people get complaining about like if they don't like the music. Like if you have like something that's like electronic, and they don't like electronic, they get like pissy about it. And then if you have country on there, they don't like country, they get pissy about it. So you can't please everyone. So that's kind of why I did it. Plus the people complaining every so often. I've never had anything get that many views. I think my top video is one of my Rift crawler shorts, and I rarely drive it anymore. Yeah, it was the one that I got the most on was the rock slide. That one I got the 3 million views. So it's kind of weird because it wasn't like a popular truck. It's not like it was an Axial or something like that. But worked out good. I had guys complain there was no music. Yeah, see, and he had people complain there was no music. I didn't say Spuds. I'm not saying you have a complaint, but maybe try it too. Maybe pop it back and forth. I have added sound on a couple of them since I started, only because it was like, say, like someone was yelling or someone was talking in the background, and I was like, I don't want people's conversations in there. But I like the video. Like the crawl was kind of cool. So I have done it a couple times for a reason. But I don't know, it's just one less thing I got to worry about adding, so I don't even, I don't bother anymore. Okay, so there's that. That's all in the way. Yep, that's in there. That's not it either. That it? Those are not it. Bushings. Wow, it's amazing what changing one thing will do, and I can't find anything. Ooh, ooh. Aha. I have two different sizes. I have 4mm and 3mm. It's probably not going to be either one of those. I don't even know why I got those sizes. Oh, this is 4mm, so I probably do have the right size. People complain about the birds chirping in the background. I don't mind the birds chirping when I hear them. I think those are your birds, right? They're like, because you have birds, right? They're not like random birds. Oh, heck yeah, these are the right ones. Randomly have the right size. Nice.
Oh, the bullets?
Yeah. They're 4mm ones. I don't even know why I have two different sizes. I don't remember ever. Oh, I was trying to solder some onto a motor, and I failed because apparently on the FCX10 LC80, I took that outrunner out and I put a fusion in it, and I was like, oh, I'll use this motor in something else, but I wanted to cut the wires shorter, and I found out that motor has the strands are individually coated, so you can't solder it normally. So you can like burn off the individual coating. And I tried doing that with a lighter. But anyways, long story short, that's why I have these, because I was going to put new ends on it, but I never could. So it's just a motor I can't use because I can't figure out why it won't solder to it. Yeah, that is a plus to adding music. Hides out chatting. Yeah, that's what I did. I think it was like I think I had a video up on Hedgehog where I go, and the wife and the kids came, but my wife was on the phone with work. Like it was like she got a work phone call. So I was like, I don't want that on the video.
Considering
Okay,
she works
yeah.
in the medical field.
Yeah, she works in the medical field. So I was like, and it wasn't like anything particular, but I didn't want to find out it was something.
Oh, Jerry's hemorrhoids are flaring up? Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? The random barn swallows and pigeons in the upstairs. Okay, so okay. I wasn't sure if they were like your pet birds or if they were like in the barn. I took the 1-to-1 Bronco and my molded Comp Fox out today. It was a good time. I bet. I've been wanting when I first got my Expedition, the transmission went a week later because they had done I bought my 2018 Expedition, and they're like, oh, we're going to do a transmission fluid, swap or whatever. It's due for it. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So they did all that, and they're like, well, 2 of the lines were kind of soft, so we replaced them. I'm like, okay, thanks. I got it. They drove it to me because I couldn't pick it up that day because they were doing that stuff. I went to take my dad for a ride the next day. Not even a mile down the road from my house, one of the lines blew off, and it blew the tranny. So I called them up and told them about it. So they came and towed it, and then they brought me a Bronco, a brand new Bronco to drive for like a month while they fixed it. I was like, that's cool. This thing was fun. It was like the Wild Peak edition or something.
Nice.
I can highly recommend making a mullet out of a Comp Fox using Mia straight in the front and Mia's portal in the rear. The Stealth X makes getting the gearing right easy. Nice. I have the 1 mullet 1/10, I think, right? Yeah, I think it's just my '06 Wizard that's a mullet. Yeah,
The Comp
that's the only
Fox
one.
is Element, right?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, Element Comp Fox.
I
have a
I
124.
love Element stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Their marketing team just kind of fell off the planet for a while.
Well, I don't even know if they're half the time they're not like innovating anything. It seems they're not doing.
No,
anything.
I mean their marketing team is back, but they're basically just pushing the same old stuff as before, which, I mean, now like basically it's just like RC10 of the week, the team associated
I
stuff.
know, right? It's like a joke, but it's not a joke because it's real.
Yeah.
Where did I put my soldering iron? Oh man, I knew there was something like. Oh, I found it. But where's my solder? Oh, there's my solder. Nice. Now, where did I put the cord for the soldering iron? It's going to be like this for weeks. I know it. Where did I put this? This is just a jumble of wires over here in this laser. I was like, this is a perfect spot to put wires. Yep, this is the cord. USB cables and mics and extension cords and charger. That can stay. Hopefully, don't fall. Don't fall. Now I need to find a place to plug it in right here. And it is nice being able to walk around and not hit things. I mean, I'm kind of cluttering it up already, but it's not bad.
So much more room for activities.
It really is. It's like so nice.
I find I get a tremendous amount more done, in a clean, organized environment.
No, I don't think I'm too short. That's nice. Okay, that works. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do eventually. I would like to, like you were talking about pegboard, I'd like to eventually put some pegboard up somewhere for some tools. But I have a toolbox over there that's going to have the stuff I don't It's like I've had that since I was in like high school or right out of high school, and I'm going to use that one for like stuff I don't use a lot, like like random things, um, and then put like the most common stuff up on pegboards and whatnot. I think that's going to be the good way to do it. Wild Track, that's a good one. It was wicked nice. It was like a slate blue or pale blue. I don't remember what they called it. Some kind of a blue color. And it was a nice color. Oh, and it was the convertible one. So you could drop back the whole top or just half of it or something with the hard doors and everything, It was nice. The kids loved it. Get the BOGO deal, sell the included portals, totally worth it. That's a good idea, yeah. That's right, they're doing the BOGO deal again on Element. I wish I had the money to do some stuff, but I kind of
Yeah,
put
I
some money
really
into.
need to
I
be
need to.
good, but
I can't buy anything, so I put some money into making this spot work. Work, so I can't can't do it because it was I had to. So the internet out here was horrible. I had like one of those. Oh, we talked about it on the last one. Rob, by the way, I got it working with the Ubiquity thing. It works great.
oh, you already bought the Ubiquity thing?
Yeah, of course. I didn't wait. I wanted to get out here, so I just bought it. I found it on the shop app cheaper than it is on the Ubiquity site, and there was a $10 off coupon because it was like from that shop. They had a $10 off savings thing, so I was like, sweet. So I got it.
Nice.
But yeah, I have 250 megabits or whatever up and down pretty much over here now in the shop. I have the same. It's 65 feet away, garage to the house, and it's the same in there as it is in here. Works awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Ubiquity stuff. I priced it out for this house. I haven't really bought much yet because I really haven't needed it.
Yeah.
They don't give it away, but
well, the two things that I got were 140 shipped. I think it was. So it wasn't horrible, but also I knew that it was like a good investment to get the internet over here. And I wouldn't be able to live stream if I didn't.
What did you get from them?
It's called
like not part numbers, but just like
it's the thing that shoots the internet like a disc. It's called point to
extender?
point. It's called like point to point. Internet light beam. It's called the Lightbeam 5 AC. If I remember correctly. Yeah, this thing. This thing right here. So I have one on the house shooting over to the garage by the door, and it was wicked easy. It's just power over Ethernet, so you don't have to wire anything. I already had the cables there from my old one, and yeah, it just shoots it over to the garage. And at first it was only 100 and something megabits, but I had to change it from like channel 20 something to channel 40 something. No idea what it was, and it made it faster. So, oh, you know what? I just realized it. Yeah, works out great. Worked out perfect. And there we go.
So it's basically wired at your house and then wired in the attic.
Yeah, so I have my router and everything in the house, goes to that thing, and then it shoots it to the garage, and then I have a router in here, and then I have it hardwired up to this computer up here, so I can have good speed.
Okay.
And even the Wi-Fi is actually fast up here, which I was surprised about. It's 100 and something megabits, and that's that. The router's downstairs basement going through like a bunch of crap, and then the floor, here and over to the other side of the garage, and I was still getting 100 and something. So pretty good.
Nice.
I need to gather the rest of the parts, but I think in RC trail truck with a 4-speed transmission in my future. Did you say 4-speed? So it's gonna have like 2 transmissions or something, or do they make some kind of a 4-speed transmission?
I've never heard of a 4-speed.
I don't know either. Someone called Element out on recycled engineering, and their response was, "Who needs to change? What needs to change?"
Well, I mean,
I mean, they need to update some stuff and make new things. That would be nice. You know.
yeah. So, I mean, the stuff they have works, and honestly, it's probably just as good, if not better, than Axial's like comp stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the trail stuff. I don't really know off the top of my head. I don't really think they have anything that competes with like the SR5 from Axial and like the Jeep from Axial, stuff like that. Um, the problem, like Vanquish, like, you know, Vanquish has like the buggy type stuff kind of on lock right now.
Yeah.
But realistically, Element could come up with a Vanquish style buggy, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
the Optic or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know much
That's
about
just
what's what.
plastic, you know, like.
Yeah. I went through finding all those bullet connectors, and I think I'm just going to solder straight to the board. Make the wires shorter. I didn't realize it came with another thing of heat shrink, so I could do that. Because I was like, I don't have any heat shrink this size. The 2-speed transmission with a 2-speed transfer case. Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know they made the 2-speed transfer cases. I never really looked around for it, so that's what Spud's doing. Huh.
I mean, Spud's an experienced guy, so I may be talking out of my butt here compared to him, but I have a TRX4 with a 2-speed, and quite frankly, I never use high except for, and even some TF2s with 2 speeds, and I never use high except for like walking to and from the trail.
Mm-hmm.
But these days, man, like a good 3 or 4S, especially a 4S brush system, like I don't know that you really need a 2-speed.
Yeah, I use it a little bit. My LC80 I use a little bit. The thing is, I don't really crawl with it, but I like to maybe mess around sometimes, so it's nice to have the slower speed. Is this not? No, it is pushed in. So it's nice to have it. I just don't use it a lot, I guess, because I'm usually just trailing, so I just kind of send it in second, high speed.
Right.
Right in my mouth. Velocity blue, was it like really blue or gray? It was like a grayish blue. It kind of reminded me of like a slate blue. I have a picture of it somewhere. I don't remember.
Like a robin's egg blue?
I don't know. Maybe
Like powder
yeah,
blue, kind of?
like. Let me see if I can wild track blue. Let me see if I can find a picture.
I hate that blue if it's the one I'm thinking of, but
It's like
that's all right.
Oh, it's like it's this color right here. I guess I could share it, and that would help, huh?
Yeah, I'm not crazy about that blue, but that's all right. I don't have to be.
And I was just borrowing it for like a month anyway, so yeah,
Yeah.
everything's working good, Rob. Yeah, like actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do a speed test. I don't know if it'll slow down this. So it was. I just did one though before I got on here, and I was 200 and 187 wireless on like that computer. Oh, JD's back. Ubiquity can get spendy, but most of their entry level stuff is not bad. And I literally set it up in like 10 minutes. Like I just had them on the table, connected into the Ethernet cables, opened the app, it found them. Within 10 minutes, I had them all set up, and then I just had to mount them on the side of the house. I found on MakerWorld, I found some mounts to go on the wall that I just 3D printed out of PETG, and I'm just going to use that for now, and then eventually I'll get some pulls or something. But it took no time at all to set up. Probably having a gig port helped too. When I heard that the old ones only had 1000, I was like, yeah, that. So the old ones are supposed to be 300 megabits per second, but apparently that's their Wi-Fi speed to each other. But the ports are only 10100, and I was like, then why advertise it as 300? That's crap. Like, what the hell? So now I have those just chilling. Probably don't need to use them for anything, but I'll just have them as backups, I guess. And then my router that was in here, it's supposed to be a gigabit router. It's an E5800 from Linksys. No matter what I did, I could not get it to go over 90 something. And then it was on my computer, it was, what do they call it? Handshaking or whatever, at only 100. It would never go to a gig. So I don't know what's wrong with that one. So that was a problem there too. So I bought a new router and put it down here, and now I'm at gig, handshake. So I get 250 up here. No problem. Gotta go for a bit. Wife says, come get dinner. All right. See you later, Spuds. We'll be here till probably 10. And I'm probably going to be not a hard 10, but like, pretty close to that because I got to go inside and clean up and stuff. Element had the gatekeeper, but it was a buggy body mounted on C-channel rails. That is true. I didn't really know much about the gatekeeper, but I think it had the trailing arms and all that. Didn't it? Wasn't that IFS also? I don't remember.
I don't know if it was IFS. I think the Zool was IFS.
Yeah, the Zool's they have a couple IFS trucks, and I thought that the gatekeeper was one of them, but I can't remember. So I don't know much about them. So,
Yeah, it's been a while, but I mean, they could even, they could even update the gatekeeper, like with a different cage or whatever, But yeah, that's right. The gatekeeper was a cage. But I mean, that's, honestly, like for people that really can't swing Vanquish money, like the Element, I mean, it's good stuff. And I think it's probably better than Axial, like I said. So
my wife's Land Rover is on a BK3 kit chassis, and it went together awesome, and it drives great. Like, I don't have any issues with it at all. I like it. I think Sputter is just doing it to do it, not necessarily for. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I do stuff just to do it, like the Unimog 3D printed Unimog. That was, I don't want to say a fool's errand, but I mean it's only going to be so good, and it was actually worse so far. But we'll mess with it. Yeah, I know he's just doing it just to have fun.
Yeah, and like I said,
I can make and that's like with that thing, I'm putting melting that. I'm going to put like AR60 axles under it and stuff just to make it so I can drive the Mog, because it's just frustrating that it breaks every time I take it out.
So I'm going to go see. I'm going to go see if I can dig out my semi-use project. I'll be back in just a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I forget I forget what they call that blue. Mine is the Velocity blue, but really vibrant blue. Oh, okay. So it's the brighter blue. Yeah, SCX30 blue pretty much. Well, no. He has the SCX30 blue. Oh no, didn't they come in both colors? Because mine's like the bluer blue. And they do have the other pale blue one, I think. And that's the one, pretty much that, yeah. That's what I drove. No, the SX30 is in gray and Velocity blue, or at least the closest. Okay, so it is gray, the other one. All right. I'm going to say, because I have that one. I think I couldn't remember if the other one was gray or that slate blue. Love my Enduros. I take them over any other C-channel based vehicles. Yeah, I mean, it drives great. I did 4 miles and had no issues. I had no issues, but I do want to put something faster in it. I think I have a 1200 kV in it. Fusion, and even on a 3S, that thing is a dog. It's so slow. Like, I have to be almost full throttle all the time. So I think I'm going to put in, well, maybe I'll put this Pro in it. The only reason I put the 1200 kV in it was because my wife was driving it and it was her first truck. So I was like, well, I'll make it slow, and that way she can't hit or break things as much. But she did completely fine with it, and she doesn't really drive it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so maybe I'll throw this Pro in it. Or I do have an 1800 kV, I think, somewhere. I'm slowly swapping some motors to Outrunners, so I'll probably have some stuff at the end of it. We'll see.
All right. So, Sputter, 2-speed, do it just to do it. I present this.
What's that?
So, what's that?
What's that?
It's the RC 4-wheel drive FJ40 body.
Okay.
Which is big. It's like like a 1/9, almost 1/8 scale. It's big,
Hmm.
but it's comp cut in the rear.
Did you
You
comp
know,
cut it or did you buy it used?
no. So that's a funny thing. So I bought the body, just the green part, from a friend of mine at a swap meet, and it was
Oh, I
like
remember
20
you
or
kind
30
of talking
bucks.
about this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 20 or 30 bucks, whatever. And it comes with the hard top and all the glass and the screws and the grills and everything.
Hmm.
And then at that same swap meet, a guy was like, actually, the guy I bought the body from, he was like, I think this other guy there has the chassis for this. So it's let me see if I can get it off.
Get it off.
I think I may have spent like 50 bucks or whatever on the chassis.
Yeah.
So I buy the chassis. It's a roll cage. It's brazed, and it's not perfect, but it's not bad. The diameter is a little smaller than my taste, only because, like I said, the body's like 1/9, 1/8 scale.
Yeah.
But it's designed to fit bolt to a skid. So I was like, well, I figured it was like an SCX 10 or whatever.
Hmm.
So I was trying to figure out like what skid, and I was at a so after my parents passed away, I inherited their house, which was right across the street from where I lived,
Hmm.
and we were getting it fixed up to rent out, doing paint and yard work and stuff like that because the yard is really overgrown. And a friend of mine, good friend of mine, Lonnie, um, he was going to school over near me. He lived probably 60 miles away. And I was like, dude, I'm keeping the lights and the power on anyway, because it's Florida. Like, you can't leave a house without, AC.
Yeah.
So I was like, it'll save you gas money. Just crash here. And there was no furniture. So
Hmm.
he just threw like an air mattress on the floor or whatever. And we all set up our card tables, and we would host these like RC weekends, like in the living room, like because he was big into RC stuff. So like
Yeah.
we would all just work on RC car stuff, getting ready for USTE. So I was over there one night, and the topic come up of like a TRX4, and I had a TRX4, and I started measuring. This cage, for some reason, is built to be on a TRX4
Oh,
chassis,
really? Huh.
which I had got used from a friend of mine, and it was just kind of a comp deal. It's got some brass and stuff on it, and it did all
Yeah.
right, but it was a 2-speed version, and so it just wasn't great for comp.
Yeah.
So basically now, and the look that I want, there's actually a rig that I saw on Instagram,
Hmm.
and I can't remember. I want to say the guy's name is like Urban Rebel or something like that. But he's got like an FJ40 like this, like full, like, kind of comp 1-to-1, but like a trail truck, like it's just, it ain't driving to and from the trails, but
Yeah.
it's, it's a trail truck. And I was like, dude, that's like the inspiration for what I want. So basically, and his is on like 1 tons or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
so I've got a set of AR-60s that I'm gonna hang under this, but I'm using the TRX4 chassis and skid and everything,
Hmm.
and the transmission, because the transmission on a TRX4 is kind of scale-ish, as
Is it?
far as sitting under a
I don't have a
floor.
TRX4, so.
Yeah, as far as fitting under a floor or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So it's got the locking diffs and the 2-speed. So I've actually started fabricating some mounts because the TRX4, it uses mini servos or micro servos, I guess you call them, for the shifting and diffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they stand up, so like you really can't put like a full interior under it. So I made some mounts to lay them down to get more room, to where I can use most of the interior of this thing. And it's going to be on AR-60s, and it's going to be a 2-speed. And I mean, it won't be a dollhouse truck. Like, it will get rode hard, but
Yeah.
like basically, so yeah, it'll probably be on 4S or whatever, and it'll basically be a 2-speed, so you can kind of hill kill if you wanted to, or hard charge up a
Yeah.
trail or
Just kind
whatever.
of send
So
it.
yeah. So anyway, so yeah, I'm probably gonna cut the doors out, I guess. I don't know. I may leave the half doors or not. I'll see. Probably won't run the hard top on it.
Yeah.
but we'll run most of the interior. Probably not the factory seats. I think I'll print or fabricate some metal seats or whatever.
Hmm.
Run the dash, but with some aftermarket gauges and stuff. But I don't know. So yeah, I get it. Like just
Yeah.
because, you know, I kind of fell in love with the body and then the chassis, and so just kind of went from there. So
Yeah, it looks
yeah,
good. Are you gonna keep it
that'll
the
be
green or paint it?
no, I'll definitely paint it.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny because when you posted up all the wheels the other day, trying to ruin my marriage, the purple, I was like, oh, like that could be, that could be a color scheme for the
Yeah, for that thing.
truck. I didn't buy the wheels, but
No, you didn't. Of course not.
well,
Don't
I
wanna
didn't
don't
because
want
they
to
were
live
internal
dangerously.
beadlock. What's that?
Didn't want to live dangerously.
No, the main thing is because they were internal beadlock. If they were beadlock ring, I would have. But I was like, this kind of truck would have like beadlock wheels, you know.
Yeah.
So if I find a cheap set of beadlock wheels, I will.
Well, I'll post whenever I see deals, like I usually do.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? It's randomly it'll tell me that I can't post more than 2 links a month for some reason on Facebook because it thinks that I'm like a business account, and then all of a sudden I'll like go on the computer instead, and all of a sudden it's completely fine, and I'm like, what the hell? Like I don't get it. But then there's like days where like that where like TCRC was having a good sale on a bunch of trucks,
Right.
so it'll let me post all those links. Then the next day I went to go post a link to like, oh, I put up on the convoy I made magnet mounts. So I was like, oh, hey everyone, if you have a convoy, I made magnet mounts, and it was like you can't post an external link, and I'm like, what? So I went on the computer, and then I was able to do it. I'm like, I don't understand what it is, but whatever. Just randomly won't let me. Okay, I kind of wish I made this shorter. Oh, you know what I just realized? I think I was looking around earlier. My heat gun is in the house, so I might have to run and grab that. I don't think I have one in here. I think both of them are in the house for some reason. And let's see, right there. So I got to put new heat shrink on this one. Got this all soldered up. Yes. Feed it through. Maybe this one came with a JST already connected to it, so that's cool. Too bad the company sucks. Whatever. I put a couple pictures from today on the CC Discord. Oh, okay. I'll check it out. I don't really go in the full-size auto channel, but I'll check it out. I only go to a couple different ones and kind of check, and then that's good for my day. You have to hold down the fort for a minute. I'm gonna go get my heat gun.
Okay.
It's not too far, so I'll be right back.
So you have to forgive me for not doing anything. I got my SX24 here, my deadbolt. It's got an Endura chassis. It's got the little carbon fiber spreader plate things for like mounting electronics and stuff, which I've kind of 3D printed a different version of that's just offset. And I'm using that as a front body mount for my deadbolt. So I've screwed a magnet in there. So I'm looking for like a washer or something, E6000 into the body to stick to said magnet. And naturally, the only washers I have are stainless and they don't stick. So I'm just looking for something that I can use. That's not stainless, but that's fairly low profile because I like the height that's there. Basically, that's squished all the way down on some tall tires and it just barely rubs. So I want to keep that height. So I'm looking for something that's magnetic steel. So I'm going to be out of frame for a second.
I'm back. You talking shit?
Oh, thank God.
What?
Now I'm just explaining to them. I'm looking for something like a washer that's magnetic steel. The only ones I
Oh.
have are stainless.
What? You're looking for a magnetic washer? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just something because I had a magnetic mount and I have a magnet
Oh.
here. 2 magnets just was too powerful. It ripped through
Gotcha.
the E6000.
Really? Did you let it dry?
Yeah.
All my trucks
It's
have 2 magnets.
well, I was using 2 of them, which may have been the problem. I've got 1 now, but
Yeah.
and I've screwed the magnet to the chassis, but I'm just looking for a.
Yeah, on all my trucks I usually use magnet to magnet just to make sure they don't fall off, and then they fall off anyways when they tumble down a hill.
Let's see if I can find something.
I like how small ESCs are without the case, but I kind of do miss cases all the times. To be able to mount things easier. It's good for my house. Enough. Let that cool for a minute. Oh. What? Oh, that was really sticky for a minute. Oh, that's a nice big old piece. Yes, this should work. This should work well, except that the button is kind of meh. And the receiver's over there. Why do they have a ferrite choke on a... I don't think I've ever seen a choke. Isn't this what it's called, a ferrite choke or whatever? I never really see it on the receiver wire. Weird. I'm taking it off. Of course I have to unpin it to take it off. Why wouldn't I? One less thing I don't need. Come on. Watch, this ESC for some reason has crazy interference or something. That's probably why. There we go. And alcohol wipes. Made it back. Wife brought some home. Wife brought home Wingstop. I haven't had that in forever. I feel like we just talked about Wingstop actually a couple of Saturdays ago. I had it when I went to Arkansas in like 2016, and that was the last time I've had it. When they finally moved some out this way, but they're not really in any area that I go to, so it's yeah. They have them in like I think Manchester, but I try to go through Manchester or only go there and get what I need to and leave because it's Manchester. If anyone's from the area, they know. Things sound good. They do sound good. I haven't had any in a while. This is one thing I think the new ESC should have a flat surface mount with. Yeah, that's what this... I just wish this company did... Okay, this is a Ghost 60 amp ESC from... What's the company called? I forgot the name. DYS. The problem with them is that they ripped off Escape 32, the designer. They ripped off his design on this ESC inside, and then called it their own, and won't give the guy royalties or pay like the rights or whatever to the design. And so they sent out. Well, okay. So before I realized about that, they sent out this ESC motor and then a micro, like a mini 1/24th one, for me to like do a review on both of them. But then as I was doing research on the ESC and the company, I found a couple posts about it, and in the Discord they typed up about it and like how they're not actually they're not putting updates for this target anymore. So if you want to update your Escape 32 on when they come out with new versions, you can't do it on this ESC. So it kind of sucks. But I do like the design of what they did to it, the stuff that they added to it. It just sucks that they. I'm not gonna do a review on it though. They already said that I don't have to anymore because I told them like I found this out and you guys aren't even, okayed by them because you guys ripped off their stuff, and they're like they didn't even deny it. They didn't say anything about it. They just said, "Oh, we understand. If you don't want to do a review, it's fine." And then they just left it at that. And I was like, "All right." So I'm not doing one because I don't know. It's just weird that they fought so much about it. Like, just pay the rights and then just say that you did better. But it's nice that they came out like they have a direct power JST already soldered to it. They have a nice little plug on, like a button on it, and then they have a heat sink on it, and that's nice and flat to mount. So that'll work out well. So it's like they do have some positives. It's just weird. I don't know. I don't want to say I talked to the guy that does Escape 32, but I've like done some testing with him in the Discord last year. So it's like I feel weird about it. So we're just gonna leave it at that, and we'll see if it's any good, anyways. But still, and I'll use it. It's a free ESC. And mounting those Outrunner ESCs can be annoying at times. Yeah, and that's what it's nice about that. I mean, it's got the nice flat like heat sink that I'm using as a mount, so it's kind of heat sinking into the double-sided tape. Should be fine though. Yeah. But yeah, I wish that they would just put some kind of a flat heat sink or a case or just something around it so you can mount it a little easier. This is a really long receiver wire. And again, so is the servo one. So I guess I'll just. I haven't shortened it. Zip ties. Where did I put zip ties? Are way over there. Oh, that's gotta move.
Oh, I think I got it.
What were you getting? I was looking down. I didn't look up.
No, so I found a
the magnet thing, right?
yeah, I found like a oversized washer. It's probably a 5/16 or 3/8 washer, but it's magnetic. But it must be low grade stainless because it's not like super magnetic.
Oh yeah.
And then I just got some of the Gorilla black tape, and it's it only takes a couple pounds of force to pull it, but it's hinged on the back, so it's not nice.
That works out good.
Yeah,
I gotta fix my daughter's deadbolt. I put magnets on that, but they're way too small, so the top pops off every so often. I kind of forget about it. And when she's using it, I'm like, oh, I gotta do that. And then when I get home, I'm putting stuff away, and I don't think about it.
What do you mean the top pops off?
Like you're talking about with the magnets. I put too small of magnets on, so they're not strong enough.
Oh,
So they like the top will flip up all like wicked easy. Like just like grabbing it, it like flips like way too easy to the side.
right.
So, but it's like one of those things where like, okay, I got to work on that. I got to work on that, and I'll do that the next time I'm working on stuff, and then I totally space it.
I mean, if this doesn't work, I'll just find a piece of steel to this is like low grade stainless, so it's somewhat magnetic.
Yeah. It's like she put all kinds of stickers all over it, but it's like flops like crazy. It's only one little magnet, like
Yeah,
that I found has way too small. It's like a 6x2 or something. It's way too small. I just need to make a bigger one. Actually, all I gotta do is I did it to mine. On mine, I just E6000 magnets to like where the post would go into the body.
okay.
So they're just chilling on top of the mount, and I was like, I don't know if it's gonna stay, and it stayed for like the last year almost, and there's magnets inside. So it's been okay. I don't know. I'll probably just do the same thing to hers. And then my son's is, oh, my son's is actually dual lock because that's just what I had laying around at the time. And it works. It works okay. Craig, how's that AC working? I am in heaven right now. It is so nice in here. It's ridiculous. Like my chair is cool. I almost feel like I need to turn up the temp. Like I think I have the AC set a little low. It's kind of a little much now that I'm hanging out in here. But when I'm working on stuff in here, it was so nice to like, I was sweating just moving stuff. It was nice. I wish I had done this years ago instead of being a lazy piece of crap, you know. But here I am.
Dude, no wonder why it's warm in here. It's 79 degrees in this room. I got the printer going, so.
Oh yeah. I gotta make room for the printer. It's just sitting there on the floor. I gotta move a bunch of crap over here. Like I don't need that computer in here anymore for the lasers, so I'm gonna put everything onto this computer. So the lasers and the live stream stuff will be on one. I don't need two computers in here. And that bench is gonna have. It already has a laser there and my fiber laser there. It's gonna have my 3D printer, and then my other like bottle laser I call it because I have it. It's like I shortened it up and made it smaller, so it only does bottles pretty much because it has a rotary in it. So that's going to be that altogether. Save some space.
Right on.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that other computer, but it's just like a mini desktop, like office computer, like a really small form factor one. So I'll use it for something somewhere, I'm sure. Now, where do I want to put this butt? This body is pretty rough. I made the front too skinny. Went and bought a DeWalt 20-volt fan for my work table for my shop. Not AC, but a breeze is nice. It is nice. It's just the breeze sometimes can help move the hot air away from your face or something, you know. Now, where can that goes there? Guess I could put the button up on there. I want to put the button there. The thing is, I don't even really care if it has a button, but it has a button, so I might as well, yeah. Put a little double-sided tape on that. Put the button there. Is that 3D printed? No, it's just weird manufacturing, I think. Button almost looks 3D printed.
What is it, a button?
Yeah, it's got a button on this Escape 32, which I've never seen on any other Escape 32 ESC.
Oh.
But it's got a little button. But the case is like a weird... It's almost like they 3D printed something, and then they made a mold of that 3D print. Because this is not 3D printed, but it's like got mold line, like layer lines almost.
Yeah, they probably did, honestly. I mean, you know, if you've ever priced a mold, it is extraordinarily expensive.
I never have, but I've heard it can get crazy.
Yeah. A good friend of mine in Florida, him and his dad used to own an injection molding business, and they basically sold off the injection molding and then left the machining because basically, like, you know, if you came to them and wanted a part, they would machine it. If you wanted 100 parts, or 1,000 parts, they would make a mold of it.
Gotcha.
So they sold off the mold making.
That zip tie lasted a whole 10 seconds on there because I had to replace it. I can't even imagine the price of that stuff. I've seen some little, videos of talking about it, and I'm like, that is crazy money. Not like any real numbers, but just like around and this and that, and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, a decent mold can be $100,000, like no problem. And when you're,
I'm sure depending on the size,
the Chinese company selling $10 ESCs, or whatever they are these days.
There's a lot of 3D printed stuff out there in general now. So I mean, I sell some 3D printed stuff, but it's only because I sell it because people don't have 3D printers and they want it. That's the only reason I sell it. It's like I don't even like make much off of it.
Right.
Like the stuff I have on my Etsy and website are like stuff that I designed and stuff. And some people are like, "Oh man," because I didn't used to do that. And then people are like, "Oh, I really want this. I don't have a 3D printer." And I was like, "Huh? Well, I guess I'll just throw it up on the website and people can buy it. If they don't have a printer, at least they can get it." You know, I'm not going to make crazy money, but whatever.
Honestly, if
says,
I were ever to do anything, I would sell prints and not files, because you sell the file once and
it's gone.
yeah.
Yep. I tried doing that, but the thing is, people don't really buy. Well, the stuff that I had was kind of niche, I guess. So that's probably why. But like, I tried selling some files, and I sold like one or two, but nothing much. So I was like, fuck it. And those files I didn't care about, and I just put them up on Maker World. I didn't not care about it, but I wanted to see people make it, and, you know, work with it.
Yeah.
So Spud says the smoke is temporarily cleared out from all the fires around there. We finally have all the fires from Canada cleared out in my area for the last week or so. A little over, I think. I haven't really had an issue. Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
I went in there to get the freaking remote too at the same time, and I forgot. Yep, I don't have it in here. I like every remote but that one because I didn't grab that set of remotes yet. It's ridiculous. Do I have a Mias receiver hanging out here I can use for now? I do. I just want to test it and make sure it works. Do you have a lot of fires where you are, Sweater? My brother is over in Spokane area, and I guess he's right in the thick of it. Yeah, I guess they have a lot of fires over on that side of the country for some reason. Not sure what they're doing. Is it just because it's hot or something? I don't know. Oh. Does this even matter? Do I even have a battery out here? Oh my god, I haven't moved all my... No, I brought the bag of batteries out. Aha. I guess I'll just throw on a 2S. That's what I have just chilling here. What is that? Oh, I don't want to keep that in there. All right. Let's see if the magic smoke comes out. Okay. All right. Guess I'll just make sure that battery's not completely dead somehow, but I doubt it. All right, I know this battery's not dead because I just charged it recently. What the hell? Maybe it's a good thing they didn't have me do it. I didn't do a review on this thing because it's not even turning on.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Oh, no, you have to hold the button down for like 10 seconds. What the hell? That's weird. I wish it didn't have the button. Why is it beeping at me? The battery isn't dead. Why is it beeping? What the hell? All right. What is going on? This is... Yeah, you have to hold it down for like 5 seconds or something. I think this battery's dead too, I think. Yeah. All right. Wonder if there's something funky in the Escape 32 settings. Phone. I'm 6 hours from Spokane, but yeah, they're as much closer to me, like an hour away. Oh. A giant tire fire started in Oregon the other day. That sucks. The tires just go too when they finally get going. Hillsboro, Oregon. Hillsboro, New Hampshire's down the road. That's the funny thing because people thought the event was over in Oregon at one point that we did. Tire fire. It is terrible. And tire fires. When tires go, they go.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to get them started, but
it does take a lot to get them started. But once they're going, ridiculous. So when you get a tire factory that goes, troubles. Simpsons did it again. Tire fire in Oregon. Of course they did. Hot, dry, and lots of trees and the dumb people. The one in Spokane was started by a guy who offed his dad. What? Whoa, what? Some guy killed his dad and started a fire? That's nuts.
that took a dark turn.
It did. Oh, throwing crap everywhere. That's crazy. Not bad enough that he started a fire and went and killed his dad too. Damn. Don't fall. Don't fall. All right, what do we got here? Contemporary. Reverse, don't need it. Wait for throttle, yeah. Forward reverse. Sign powers 8. Low voltage cutoff 3.5. Oh, what? They have a number of battery cells set to 4. Why would they have it 4 right out of the box? Who the hell does that? So that's why it was a 3S battery or a 2S battery, and I'm trying to run it. It thinks it's looking for a 4S. All right, see you later, JD.
See you, JD.
Pretty sure 0 is auto. What is going on with this thing? So weird. Just kind of. A lot of times I just end up resetting the whole thing and then just starting off anyways, so I'll probably just have to do that. Volume, beacon, approach stall. Oh, approach stall's on 0. What? Why would you do that? Yeah, if Pro Tall is at 0, it's probably amping out, trying to go to the from sign. There we go. Okay, much better. That's only 1800 approach stall, so that's good. And then sign range 15. Yeah, I'm gonna change it to 25. Pretty sure that's the highest you can go. Sign power is 8. I'll bump that up a little bit. With it being a 6x6, sometimes it seems like it needs a little extra. Sometimes. Oh yeah. Doing better. Okay, cool. Weird. Some of those settings that they have is weird right off the bat. I don't know why you'd do that.
So speaking of which, I know you and JD were talking about the two formats for ESCs. There's AMP32 and what's the other one?
Well, there's Escape 32, there's AM32, but then there's other ones that are just proprietary, like Hobby Wing and Castle and all that stuff too. Escape 32 and AM32 are open source, so like
Right.
anyone can use it really.
So I think I read recently only one of them has Apple apps, correct?
I don't think either of them really have. AM32 is computer web based, so you have to plug in a USB adapter to plug it into the computer. Whereas
Maybe that's what it was.
Escape 32, yeah, but you can't use it on Apple at all. You can only use it on Windows.
Okay.
And then Escape 32 has a Wi-Fi dongle, which is this right here, and you can just connect to it with your phone and change whatever settings you want on your phone.
But there would have to be an Apple app for that.
There's no app. When you connect to it through Wi-Fi, it brings up a page, it's like a web-based.
Oh, so it's its own
like
web
a web-based
server
thing. It's like a server
Wow.
on here. Have you ever done any of the? So like these lights, you guys probably can't see them back there, but the lights back there are on a ESP32. Have you ever done any of that like Adafruit stuff where you can like change colors and make designs for like lights and stuff?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never messed with it.
So it's kind of like that, where it's got its own little web page built into the computer thing.
Okay.
So, and it's just easier to me. Like you don't have to have a computer with you. Like I usually have one of these in my backpack. So if it's like, I kind of want a little something, a little extra. Like if I'm on the trail and I just built a truck, I can adjust on the fly. I don't have to bring a computer and a cable and all that crap. Do you tune your
Sputter knows the secret code. Okay.
Yeah. Got some Mario stuff going probably or something. I can't remember it's been so long since I used any of those codes. Do you tune your Escape 32s? I never have. They work good out of the box, but I think some people say there are changes that could be made. Yeah. Some of them work okay out of the box. Secure is fine usually. Most of the secure ones that I have, they work fine out of the box. The thing is, if you tune them, you can like fine tune it and like really smooth it out or give it a little extra power. Like if you have bigger tires, you might need to increase the power for sign to like make it so it doesn't stutter. Also at transition, you can do approach stall, which is it gives it a little extra boost going from sign to trap mode, like normal mode. So you can really tune that stuff in. And AM32 you can do it a little bit also, but it's not as tunable. AM32 is fine. I just like Escape 32, A, because of this, and B, because I can really tune it in. So this one isn't tuned in. This one's just so I can get it to run, and I'll tune it when it's all back together completely and on the rocks. But I just wanted to get it to at least was working, make sure it's working, like running. And I don't remember where I put that little battery. I put it away. I have a video on Escape 32 on tuning, so you can check that out.
I will say, for the most part, I just plug in a Hobby Wing 1080 and go. Yeah. But one of my trucks does have a Castle, and at one of the early USTEs, John Holmes from Holmes Hobbies was there hanging out with us, and he put a tune in it, and let me tell you, it made a big difference.
Oh yeah.
Now that obviously is beyond the Hobby Wing. I mean, you can set all the ramps and curves and everything. So I don't know how advanced the Escape 32 is.
Escape 32, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can change every little parameter pretty much in it. It's like a website that page that comes up, and you can change like the voltage cutoff. You can change the temperature cutoff, like for.
But can you adjust like the throttle curve, like the ramps and stuff like that?
So it's a little bit different. They call it different stuff. There's not like a little picture that comes up in like Castle. You have the Castle link, and you probably did it on the computer.
Right.
This is like just a web base where you put in like numbers. So
okay, but really you can still play with a curve.
You can still play with a lot of it though. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you connect to it on Wi-Fi, you plug this in, you let the blue connection come up, and then you click on Escape 32 Wi-Fi, and apparently it's not going to come up for me for some reason. There we go. And then like you just have all the parameters you can change.
Okay.
On there, and then on the bottom there, you can slide it over and back really quick, the slider, and you can actually test the truck while you're connected to it. Like I'm turning the wheels right now with my phone. So you can test like your settings and power and
Oh, that's
transition.
cool.
So yeah, so you don't have to plug in your remote over and over like into the receiver. And on this one, I can change my BEC. Not all of them you can do electronically, but I can change it from 5.5, 6.5, 7.4, and 8.4. I think that these receivers, these blue case Amazon servos can do 8.4, but I don't remember. So I have it at 7.4 right now. But like you can do the protection current, you can do the cells. So I have it on 0, so it auto picks the cell. It sees what the voltage is and knows what cell it has. They had it on 4 for some reason, which is 4S. Like, all right. Well, then you can definitely do 4S. You can do up to like 6S on these, I think, but still. You can change. You can also put music on these. It's like the old ringtone music, but you can add music. So when it starts up, it does like a song. And
Right.
You can also update the firmware from here too. You click firmware, download the firmware from the website, put it on here. That's the one
That's
I
really
can't do
awesome.
on this. Yeah, that's the one I can't do on this one though, because they don't support them because they stole their
Oh,
board
right.
design. So I probably won't be able to do it on this one. But I figured it's honestly just to add like bells and whistles and some bug stuff. But so it's probably not going to change anything anyways. But I barely ever update my ESCs unless I have some issue, which I rarely ever do.
Yeah, I mean, the older I get, like I don't even let my computer auto update because if it works fine now, there's a less than 0 chance it'll work less fine after an upgrade.
Exactly. So I just kind of run it usually on here. Yeah. Okay. I'll run it like that and then go from there. Once it's all together on the rocks. But I know it works. It would have sucked if I went on the rocks trying to use it and it keeps cutting out on me. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Right.
That's weird. I've never seen anyone ever put it at 4 cells as a starting point. Yeah, escape, you can turn the startup tones. Yeah, that's the music thing I was talking about. I'll put in like you can do like the Simpsons and any like if you go online and you find those what are they called? MIDI tones. Like our old cell phones. You can put that into the startup song. One of them I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't remember which one, but I accidentally put like 10 seconds of it by accident. So I'm like sitting there waiting for it to start because it doesn't start until it's done with the music. So I'm like, oh, I got to change that. And then when I get home, I forget. Or like, because I'm trying to do it and run it. I don't plug it in after. I just always forget about changing it.
Yeah.
I'm excited I got this going here. I can use that Fusion Pro in something. Let's see here. I kind of need to do a new body on this thing just because I've kind of wrecked the front, but it's like it works. So maybe I'll just try to reinforce it. I made it way too skinny on the front, so it didn't have a lot to grab onto, and every time it flips over, it kind of breaks it more and more. All right, looking at 10 o'clock, so I'm probably gonna hit the keyboard. Hopefully, it didn't do anything. I'm probably gonna sign off.
Yeah, I think it's a good time.
And, especially when it's being a Sunday night. That's why I kind of figured,
Yeah.
We haven't dropped any frames this whole time we were on. I dropped 18 frames when I first started up, but I was doing some other stuff, and I think it was kind of overloaded in a minute. So, I haven't had an issue since then, though, so should be good. But yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments or something, about how this.
Oh, Sputter says his build Deadpool starts up with Careless Whisper. That's rad.
See you later, Rob. We're leaving too, so. I kind of like Sundays because I kind of feel a little laid back.
Yeah, so. And I mean, we had at least one new guy, right?
Yeah, exactly. So why not? but I don't know. I just kind of felt like it was laid back. It was kind of a nice way to finish the weekend.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll start doing Sundays.
Yeah, and it's less intrusive, I think, too, you know, for
Yeah,
us and other people.
a lot of times we do stuff on Saturdays, so that's why I've been doing stuff on, like, I would have to do the live on Friday sometimes. So we do less stuff on Sundays than we do Saturdays. So probably just easier to do
Yeah.
it this way. So,
It's a good way to finish out the weekend.
So
All right.
worked for me. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Yeah, let me know how you like this. If it worked out, I don't know if you guys like to even see my ugly mug, but make it a little more personal. And plus, I see Dave's face, and it's weird that I'm not showing my face sometimes. So might as well.
Right.
But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good night.
Night, everybody.